Have you ever gotten a full 8 hours of sleep but woken up feeling like you've been run over by a truck? You're stumbling around, totally exhausted, and just wondering, what went wrong? Well, let's dive into that because today we are decoding a really simple psychological hack that can completely reset your energy and get rid of that morning grogginess for good. It's honestly one of the most frustrating feelings, isn't it? You did everything you were supposed to do, went to bed on time, but your brain still feels like it's stuck in a thick fog. And then you have that one friend who slept for maybe 5 hours and is somehow like bursting with energy. So what's going on? The answer is way simpler than you think. And believe it or not, it has almost nothing to do with the number of hours you're clocking. And this is where we all get it wrong. We are absolutely obsessed with the clock, but your brain, it couldn't care less about hours. It's running its own program in the background, a series of really sophisticated cycles. That's the real key to feeling rested. Your brain doesn't care about time. It cares about finishing its job. So, let's get into the science of what's actually happening when you close your eyes. It all comes down to understanding the rhythm of your brain's own internal clock. Okay, so think of your sleep not as one long solid block, but more like a series of sprints. Each one lasts roughly 90 minutes. Now, that number can vary a little from person to person, but the principle holds true. In each of these cycles, your brain moves through different stages, from the deep restorative sleep for physical repair all the way to REM sleep, which is where all the emotional processing and memory stuff happens. Every single cycle has a critical job to do. And here is the villain of our story, sleep inertia. You know that heavy, slow motion feeling? That's what happens when your alarm clock just brutally rips you out of the middle of a deep sleep cycle. Your brain is basically being forced to go from 0 to 60 in an instant, and it can't handle it gracefully. But what if you could time your wake up perfectly to avoid that crash? I mean, what if you could just sidestep the whole thing? That's exactly what this hack is all about. It's a simple rule that lets you work with your body's biology instead of constantly fighting against it. This is it. This is the magic number, 90. If you remember absolutely nothing else from this, remember this number. It is the fundamental building block for mastering your energy every single morning. So here's the game plan. You need to stop thinking in hours and start planning in these 90-minute cycles. So for example, let's say you need to wake up at 6 a.m. Don't just guess your bedtime. Count backward in 90-minute chunks. That means you're aiming to fall asleep by 10:30 p.m. for 5 full cycles, or maybe midnight for 4. This way, your alarm goes off when your brain is naturally in a lighter stage of sleep, which makes waking up feel almost effortless. And this is the main takeaway. Let's be really clear. The goal isn't necessarily to get more sleep. It's to get smarter, more efficient sleep. It's a strategic approach that actually honors your body's natural rhythms. Of course, timing your sleep cycles perfectly doesn't mean a whole lot if the sleep you're actually getting is, fragmented and low quality. To make sure your brain can actually complete those deep restorative cycles, you have to prepare it for rest. And that's where this super simple power down protocol comes into play. This is the 3-2-1 rule, and it is incredibly effective. 3 hours before bed, stop eating heavy meals. That lets your digestive system rest. 2 hours out, stop all work. You gotta let your mind disengage from problem-solving mode. And then, 1 hour before bed, kill the screens. That blue light is a major signal to your brain telling it to stay awake. There's actually a psychological term for this process. It's called cognitive offloading. You're basically guiding your brain from an active, buzzing beta state to a relaxed, ready-for-rest alpha state. You're essentially telling your mind, hey, the day is officially over. You can clock out now. Okay, so you've slept smart, you've woken up at the perfect time. Now what? How do you lock in that newfound energy and make sure it actually lasts all day? Well, the first few minutes of your morning are absolutely key. Here are 3 really powerful moves you can make. First, try to get about 10 minutes of morning sunlight. This helps reset your internal clock, your circadian rhythm, and it signals alertness to your brain. Second, a quick burst of movement, even just a few jumping jacks, releases that feel-good dopamine. And finally, just splashing your face with some cold water, it activates your nervous system and clears away any last traces of grogginess. Once you really start to understand these patterns, you begin to see sleep completely differently. It's not some passive, lazy habit or something you need to cut short in the name of being productive. It's your brain's recovery mode, plain and simple. It is the single most important thing you can do for your mind, for your focus, and for your energy. A rested mind is a sharp mind, and when you master your energy, your potential is, well, limitless. So, the final question is this. Are you ready to stop fighting your own biology and start decoding the hidden patterns that control your energy? Are you ready to really understand the why behind your daily performance? If the answer to that is yes, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're all about giving you the psychology-backed insights that help you stay one step ahead of the game. And that's it for this breakdown. Stay smart, stay curious, and keep decoding the science behind a better life. I'll see you in the next one.